Hello friends, today I'm going to tell you about how we can create documentation, automatically generated documentation for the Angular applications. So I have written a blog on www.codestellar.net. Here you can click on labels and click on documentation. And here I'm having a blog for generating documentation for Angular based apps. You can click on read more and it gives you the entire steps. So here is a tool that I'm using which is called compodoc. So let's say you want to try it on any of the Angular applications. So I cloned one of the applications which is Angular real world example app. So basically I googled for Angular real world example and I clicked on this link and I cloned this application in my VS Code. Let me showcase you here. I have done a clone here, and then to understand this application more, I wanted to generate the documentation. For that I installed compodoc. So you have two options. You can install compodoc globally with the command npm install -g, where G stands for global compodoc, and you have another option where you can install npm install compodoc save dev. This will install compodoc on in the local node modules. Let me showcase you here. So basically what I have done is in my package.json, you can see in the dependencies, dev dependencies, I have installed compodoc, which means I have not installed it globally. You can see here, you can press a control tilde to open the terminal. If I say compodoc, so it is showing nothing, but I have installed it locally. So I'm using npx, which is another tool which runs node modules that are in your local. Otherwise what you will have to do is you will have to say dot slash the node modules and give the path of the package whatever you want to run. I'm having like compodoc here, but you can install npx. Let me showcase you here in this blog. So I have installed npm install -g npx. This allows you to run your local node modules packages. So this you have to install globally. Okay. So the next thing that you have to do is npm space compodoc space -p tsconfig.json -s, where p stands for the path of the tsconfig file and s stands for serve. So I'm going to copy this command and let's see what it does. So I'm having npx installed already. Let me show you. Yes, so I'm already having npx version 9.7.1. so I'm going to run compodoc here. So it generates the documentation automatically, and you can also see that it is generating the documentation and reading out what all modules are there, what all components are there, what all pipes, providers, everything. It will detect and it will correspondingly generate one page application with a very beautiful documentation. And you can use compodoc for all your Angular applications. This makes it pretty easy to take an overview on what your application is about. So we'll wait for another couple of seconds, and once it is completed we will be able to browse the documentation here. So you can see it is generating the documentation and it will read out all the components and services. Beautiful. So now it is reading the environment.ts, main.ts, pretty much done and processing. Yes, so we have the documentation ready on localhost or 127.0.0.1. I will put a control click And there you go. See, the beautiful documentation of your Angular application is 100% ready. So we can go here, browse through it. It will take the content from the readme. It will give you the overview. It says, 16 modules are there, 18 components are there, and one directive and 14 injectables, one pipe is there. And you can browse through this code. You can also zoom in and look at what all declaration modules, etc. are there. And you can go to a particular module to understand. For example, we have the app module, and here are a couple of other modules: app routing module, app auth module, home module, etc. And you can also zoom in and zoom out. Along with that, it tells you about what all declarations this module is having, imports and the components, and also it showcases the entire code, which is beautiful. For example, if you are a reviewer or a lead, so it is very important for you to review the code, but you don't want to jump into the editor and want to set up everything. So you can have this documentation generated and look through the code, what is there, and you can help your team better. So let me walk through another couple of modules. You can also jump to particular pipes, let's say particular files. So it is showcasing me the source here, right? So that's it, my dear friends. So start generating documentation for your Angular applications today. Thank you very much.